Why does it suck?
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are live here again at Road America for the Frozen Rotors Winter Classic Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. And we've had some information come our way from the tower. Bill Strong, are you with us?
Crickets. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, so we got some information. Yeah, 917. This concerns 917, the leading Porsche. We had some issues with our timers that we use for our pit stops. And through our audit, we audit all the pit stops to make certain everybody's, especially the leaders, have done their stops. And when we came across 917, we noticed that there were some issues with they seemed to have pitted or left pit lane too early. So we reviewed all the video, and all the video shows that they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They were reading the timer, and the timer said such, and they went down to pit out. And I watched this personally as they went out to pit out. Pit out held them there. They were watching the timer. Timer went to 0, and then they were told to leave. So we looked at it, and we counted all the video we have here up in the race control is time stamped, and we counted it, and they were short. Ended up they were short 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we are going to bring them in and have them sit for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And what? Oh, we're going to add we're going to add 2 minutes and 30 seconds to their next pit stop.
Right. That makes sense.
Just to make up that extra difference. So,
sure.
And we wanted to stress this has nothing to do with the team. This was a Champ Car equipment issue that we caught on the audit. So, hopefully it doesn't hurt them too bad, but it keeps everybody on the same playing level, and hopefully they can recover from this. But actually, they don't have to recover because it's what they should have done to begin with.
Right. So. This is just bringing them back in line with where they actually belong.
You're just doing that because I picked them.
And that no, Doc. See, now the new guy. It's not that. Don't get all upset.
And we know the new guy never wins his first time out, so. But so we just wanted to make a statement because you guys are going to see they're going to be in pit lane for a little bit longer than normal. But basically, we're just bringing them back in line with what they should have done. And again, this is nothing to do with them, or there's nothing they did wrong. They followed all their instructions like they're supposed to. But the equipment has been removed from service, and that's why we do these audits. We make sure everybody's. Yeah.
All
right, guys. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for making that clear and helping us understand what the story was there.
Wow. That's going to have a huge impact on them.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, as Bill explained, it's just bringing them back to where they're supposed to be.
Well, yeah, certainly.
So it's not really, they're not being penalized in any way. This is just, and they're going to, they have to come in for a pit stop anyway, so
right.
They're just gonna spend that extra time they would have spent otherwise, and go right back out. So, got a message 107 spun in the dirt at the bend and left the track dirty. Okay, so they brought some dirt back up onto the racetrack.
So, naughty, dirty race cars.
Crank Anchors is retaken over JSK for third place.
Oh.
Yes, they have. We're on board with JSK. It doesn't sound like he's using the transmission.
Something happened to JSK because his last lap was a 3:17, which is way off their pace.
Yeah, he's upshifting very early. And not all the way into the gas.
Yeah, it
just
doesn't sound like he's full throttle.
Sounds to me, Doc, like he's loafing around the racetrack.
Oh my God! How can he do that?
He's just definitely kind of loafing around.
Okay, so we need to talk some team into naming their team name like Loafing Motorsports or something. I mean, like, just gonna need it.
Well, Paulie and I have lobbied for a team to name themselves Waiting for Data Forever.
That would be hilarious.
Timing and scoring would never speak to us again.
When our team was at Barber one time, I mean, everybody knows us. That's our local track. We had a little a pucker moment, a solid couple of seconds of pucker. So they changed our name in the timing and scoring of the team, and they changed it to Messy Pants Racing. All of a sudden, we're like, where are we? We're not in there anymore.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Messy Pants. That was hilarious. That was Kara Phoenicia, I believe. But
well, they were on the charge earlier, but it sounds like they're off the pace here. They're not really revving that engine very high. Upshifting very early. Just taking it real easy. So I'm wondering if they're trying to get back to the pits and make a pit stop. We're coming up on that 2-hour mark, and maybe they're concerned they're not going to get back around.
Right.
If they're running low on fuel and they want to try to make sure they hit that window, maybe.
Short shifting.
I mean, we're looking at a 2:30 would be their stop time. So, right? I mean, I think they're still on the standard.
Yeah, they're on schedule with everybody else.
Yeah.
Got a yellow in turn 13 with a car that stopped. Smoke again from the number 80. That's Craymaster's, and from that right rear. They say it smells like Teen Spirit and coolant. Yeah, coming into the pits, definitely just trying to get that car back around the racetrack. So Crank Yankers overtakes JSK. But, Doc, I'm thinking we're going to be seeing more and more teams come in here to make their pit stops for that last 2 hours.
Cone Crushers in pit row.
Yeah. Cone Crushers, so we should see, I don't know when we're going to see Ludacris come in there. Again, off strategy.
Right.
Right, they pitted not that long ago, so a little later. The key will be if they can make that next pit stop their last.
Got an emergency vehicle emergency vehicle spotted over in turn 13. Cone Crushers on pit lane. It's a shout, and the car's fine, probably just out of fuel. There's a car in turn 13. I'm sorry?
No, just with this long course, you don't want to run out of fuel. I mean, it just devastating to your, winning.
Yeah, they won't see it till November. And we've got 13A. There's a car being flat-towed from there. It's right around this area here.
Showing third gear pulls is not circulating from 6th place.
Maybe they're getting their last pit stop in.
Well, that very well could be.
Hopefully, for those guys.
Ludicrous speed.
No, car stopped is 177.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they ran out of fuel.
Wouldn't be surprised trying to get up the hill there. Ludicrous Speed's going to take another lap. Again, they're probably going to be out for a little while. They just stopped not too long ago. Having a little trouble getting it into gear. That Troy talked about, that weakness is that gearbox. You got to be so careful with it.
Yeah, they stopped last on lap 87. Ludicrous. Didn't he say they either break or win?
I'm not sure. Did anybody ever say that about Ludicrous? I don't know.
Or about the MR2s. Somebody was saying something about the MR2s. They're either break or win.
Not sure we said that about MR2s, but we've said that about
couple other teams.
About Visceral. Yeah, they either do really well or they break.
I guess that's a race car in general. It's got a good chance of winning if it doesn't break.
Yeah, if you can keep the thing out there. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the key.
The red MR2 off at turn 6. Yeah. Red MR2 off at turn 6, spun backwards and continued. Entertaining. Ford Mustang off to the right there. Mach 1.
Has Ludacris ever had an overall win?
I don't know.
I'm looking at their records from 2017. Gingerman, they had a third and a second this year. NCM, they were third. Let's see, where do they go back next? Road America last year. That was the championship round. They had a 5th place. Gingerman a 21st and a 5th. Going back even further to Road America, that's the spring race. They had a 3rd and a 4th. So we'd have to go back further to see if they've ever had an overall win.
917 getting the full service. That's the Cone Crushers. Windows washed. Tire walls shine. Liquid wax.
That's what I was thinking.
That's me.
Changed their Christmas tree hanging in the window.
Oh, man. That's cold, you guys.
No, serious, they are. you laugh. We're watching them.
They're going to primp that car up for the finish. They're expecting to win.
You can see them on the tower cam there, the one that looks at the flagger.
So they're not throwing wrenches up at race control or anything?
No, because we have
the flagger in between us, so he kind of protects us.
Gotcha. Well, they've dropped down to 3rd place now.
Well, it's their
it's a
time.
Porsche. It can win.
Penalty, so they might as well use the time for something.
Well, make the car look good for those pictures.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Y'all are, man.
No, didn't Porsche always do that at Le Mans?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and yes.
Toyota did that, and they stalled out the last lap every race. Well, except for the last one.
Teams got to know their limitations.
Yeah.
Again, sliding that clutch on the upshift.
Just information, if the brake lights on 917 look brighter, it's because they washed the lenses.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was race control letting the flaggers know.
They've washed their taillights.
Y'all are cold.
Polished the bulbs before they put them back in. They took them out, polished them, put them back in.
Well, who was the team a couple of races ago that we had questions about their taillights? Wasn't it Cone Crushers?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because the 944s actually have a tendency to have one of those lights to go out in the back. Boxsters do it too.
It's because they're stupid.
Oh, wow.
Quirky Porsches.
Jeez.
Bill.
Now they've slipped down to 4th place.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
God, no.
I just want to see what he's going to say. Nope, we're not live.
Good. This new guy, he's getting on my nerves. Yeah. Wait, can you hear this?
Yeah.
I saw Troy walking through pit lane. I haven't seen him all weekend. Why is everybody looking at me? Oh, no, they're not looking at me. They're watching Cone Crushers. They were timing the Cone Crushers pit stop, and it was spot on.
Now
they weren't looking at me. They were looking through me. That was Mike.
Down to 4th place.
Yeah. Mike and Mike Chiswick. Mike Morris and Mike Chiswick.
Mike squared.
Yeah. Don't know what. Oh, yeah, I saw Troy Trulio earlier. We said hi real quick. And he didn't show up to Simpkins last night. I told him to jump over the fence, but he just looked at me funny.
Oh, got a car off driver's right there at the. I'm not sure where that's located. Bus stop, maybe? Facing the wrong way. Pontiac calling in for their usual 20-minute pull into the pits for fuel.
Hey, Bill.
Our 999 and 241 in the pits. All right, so we've reached the bottom of the hour, folks. We're going to take our customary break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Champ Car Live. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors, it's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Our market-leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race to your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, we're off to Atlanta Motorsports Park next weekend for an 8 and a 7. And then it's off to Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the Willwood Grand Prix, November 17th and 18th. That'll be on the Sports Car Roval. To find out more information and get signed up, go to www.ChampCar.org. 112 laps complete in this race. Ludicrous Speed in the lead right now. Crank Yankers now in P2. Bavarian Mustache Works in the pits. Cone Crushers back out in P4. Premium Dudes in 5th. We're just coming off those mandatory stint limit pit stop rotation, whatever you'd like to call it.
That was
We're getting
fine.
teams back out.
Okay.
I knew what you were talking about.
Exactly.
Even as the FNG.
And that's, congratulations. That's great. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm picking this lingo up.
You are
Get
on
you a
it.
little
I got a
name
cheat
badge
sheet.
that says Doc, aka FNG.
Yep. Some of the information we got coming down the pipe here since we left for commercial break. Let's see. 786 spun into the bend. He had a memorable ride, the corner worker stated, and continued. 201. Yeah, may not have brake lights. They're going to be keeping an eye on them. The 290, 241, both in the pits. And smoking out of turn 7, turn 8, up against the wall. Car number 119. Car 185, 4 wheels off and continued. No brake lights on the 201, 200 and the 510, both in the pit lane. JSK out here has worked their way up into P3 now. Team that won here yesterday. This is turning out to be a really great weekend for those guys. It's a lot of confidence coming in here this weekend. They know how to win these races and do really well out here. Car 915 overshot turn 5 and continued. Well, I hope he continued up the hill. And there's an EV off to the left, bringing a car around.
Let's see. Somebody's asking if Dead Pedals is still on the track. It moved up at one point to run 13th, I believe.
They did pretty well for a little while, yeah.
I don't show them salmon, so I assume they're out there turning laps. They're on lap 95 while the leader's on lap 113.
Yeah,
So
you're there in 33rd position, yeah.
Kip, my buddy Kip, saying, hey, Tyler needs to use the gas pedal. So this guy you see on our Facebook page, his name is Kip Mitchell. Kip Mitchell is responsible, I would say he's responsible for my involvement in Champ Car. Because it was Kip.
Way to go, Kip.
So he's the guy we talked to.
That's right. That's the guy. I am very grateful to this young man for forwarding. Just what he did was he had found somebody was looking for a driver, and forwarded off that information to me, and we made a connection. And well,
Kip
here
Mitchell,
I am.
please report to Human Resources.
No, I told my dad about that. I said, this is the guy. And my dad said, you need to buy that guy a beer.
There you go. I agree. I'll buy him a beer, too. It'll be a PBR, of course.
Squish an orange in it. It'll be all right.
So I'm showing crank anchors in the pits.
Yep, it looks that way. There's a look at Race Hero. Crank Yankers has passed over the pit loop. This should be their final stop here, Kip, so their last driver should be getting in. Of course, you probably already know that. But, yeah, this should be their final pit stop. Last driver getting in. Don't know who that's going to be. Now, typically that's Tyler, but yesterday Tyler was in the second or the third stint, and their last driver, he was trying to get out, so they needed to get that car fixed and out here today.
I can't remember who he told me the third driver was. One of them's Mike Smith.
Ludicrous Speed back on the track now. Again, their pit stop sequence a little bit off from where everybody else is stopping. But they will be required to stop for that driver change.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to come in.
Now, when is that time supposed to be, Doc? Assuming they stretch 2 hours from their last stop.
Well, if it was 2 hours, hang on, I got multiple pages of notes here. 160, car 160.
They stopped on lap 87, 88. Sorry, 87, right in there.
He's having a lot of trouble finding that gear.
Yeah, I had him last pitting at 120. So about an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Premium Dudes coming around the inside of Ludicrous Speed down into turn 1. The MR2 just having trouble with that transmission, it looks like. Not able to hold off Premium Dudes. Now, Premium Dudes is further down in the running order, not a big threat to them at this point, but Ludicrous is shown as the leader of the race. Still waiting on that beer, Kip. Okay, brother. I'll hook you up. Car 138 in the pits.
Much better beer than I drink, Kip.
You name it, brother. Well, and this is a bit of a story here, Doc. There is a connection here, and you might not be aware of this, but the first team that Kip was a part of Tyler's first team that came out. They started racing here. Their first race was at Road America. Would you hazard to guess the name of the team?
PBR.
PBR. So there's your connection, buddy.
Paulie.
So there, Kip was a part of that team. In fact, he appears in some of the photographs. If you watched that interview,
I did watch the interview.
Yeah.
That's how I knew the team name. I knew I liked Tyler for a reason. He's stepped up his beer game, though.
So Crank Yankers in the pits right now. Of course, when we're done here, next weekend we're going to Atlanta Motorsports Park for an 8 and a 7. And then from there, the middle of November, the 17th and the 18th, you're blowing in the mic again there, Doc. It's Auto Club Speedway at 777, Fontana, California. The full sports car Roval, and then from there, we take a 2-week break. But then December is busy. Starts off the beginning of the month. We're at Virginia International Raceway for the North Course, an 8 and a 7. That's the 1st and the 2nd of December. A lot of great racing on tap in the Champ Car Endurance Series. So you can check out the website for all the details and to get registered. It's ChampCar.live. You will need to have a membership, so make sure you go through that process too. You can find the new 2019 rulebook there and catch up on the schedule as it's developing for 2019.
And they can also get on the forum and ask questions and talk to people and rent rides and get, chat with all the other Champ Car folks.
This is true. It's a great way to get a lot of false information and bad ideas.
Check your sources.
But no, the guys are really helpful on the forum, and some of them are real helpful. Some of them just want to give you a hard time.
Helpful, opinionated, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of internet trolls.
So turn 1, car number 127 spun in the bend and waved to the corner worker as they went by. It was a beautiful sight. Isn't that sweet?
Well, when I've gone off course, I generally wave to them. It's like, hey, I'm okay. Don't call anybody. Please don't tell them I spun.
I've done that too. I'm like, my bad. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Sorry to give you a moment.
Well, if you're, I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is that if you're interested, we do an iRacing sim series in the Champ Car series. We have an East and a West series that's run. You can get involved there and sort of follow along with Champ Car. They have races in the sim series the week before the race, right, Doc? Is it the Thursday before? Or?
Yeah, it's generally the Thursday before. We kind of got off schedule there for a little bit. Tom Ellison got married and was on his honeymoon, and I kind of dropped the ball. I don't know if I was supposed to host the races or not, but I didn't know what the setups are and everything, so hopefully we'll get back on track. We're currently doing, or supposed to be doing, the Auto Club Roval. But yeah, we're gonna, well, I've got the schedule here. Here's what we're supposed to be doing. Let's see. Who the hell are we? I can't read my own writing. Auto Club. We're supposed to have the championship round. The next practice round is on 10/25. That's this coming Thursday. And then the championship round at Auto Club Roval on November 1st. And then we're going to do 2 rounds at Barber on 11/8, 11/15. And the 11/15 is going to be the championship round. And then, let's see, Laguna Seca on the 23rd of November, the 29th, and the championship round will be on December 6th. And then 12/13 at Sebring with the 12/20 as the championship race, and that'll wind up the year. Winner on the East Coast and the winner on the Pacific Division.
Hey, guys, big news.
Yeah, I know. We're getting to it, Bill.
Okay.
Just let Doc, we'll get it.
And then we'll start up the season again.
Okay. So we're getting a report, heavy smoke coming off the Cone Crushers machine being spotted at turn 4 and from the safety trucks. So this is the big news that Bill was alluding to. So Cone Crushers in trouble. They're down in 4th spot right now, as you can see. Crank Yankers hung on to that 2nd spot. Ludicrous speed up front, but we're going to keep an eye on them because it looks like they might be having some trouble with that MR2 gearbox.
Y'all curse my pick. You just can't let the FNG win, huh?
No.
It's not good sportsmanship to let the FMG win.
And that is not true. It is the opposite. You're supposed to play nice with new people.
Y'all didn't play nice with me in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Speaking of me in the beginning, do you know what next weekend is?
Your anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
No, my anniversary with y'all.
Oh. Well, we're sorry about that.
I know, right?
Our condolences.
And she still speaks to us. Go
I've been
figure.
doing this with y'all for a year now. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Really? That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gazamp. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So
Got
more
suckered into
reports.
Oh,
turn
yeah, that's
12.
right. It was AMP.
Yep, turn 12 reporting heavy smoke still from the 917, but not into 13. Ouch. So,
I'm going to be asking for a raise here soon.
we'll make sure and
paid.
You'll get we'll double whatever you're getting now. How's that sound?
Exactly.
I can say that, and I'm not even. I don't even make those choices.
Oh, it's easy math, though.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's just a heartbreaker for Cone Crushers. Car 135 spun and waved and continued. Yep.
Nice of them to wave. Be polite and all.
Yeah. Crash management still in the pits. They've been in the pits a little bit of an unusual period of time. Still watching the 917 car. It's still out on track. As we're watching Ludicrous Speed, our overall leader. Just turned to 258 in that last lap. Cone Crushers a 302, coming off the pace. Frank Yankers a 256, a little bit faster than Ludicrous. We saw Ludicrous getting passed by Premium Dudes a little bit earlier.
Wow.
Premium Dudes in P5 right now.
Gorilla Sticker and 12th just turned in their fastest time. Right?
I'm back on board with American Express in their Pontiac Grand Prix. Single-handing it. Obviously power steering.
Obviously. Looks like there's plenty of room inside that car for you, Polly.
Yeah.
Stretch out.
You could fit the whole broadcast team in there.
Yes, we could. That's right.
That'd be an awesome way to call the race.
Yeah, it would. I think we need to put Bill in the trunk and have him look at, we'll drill a couple holes so he can look at the back and tell us what's going on back there. For visual. Just for visual.
Okay. Maybe air, too, you know.
No.
Bringing that big Pontiac through turn 14 onto the front straightaway. The 917 reported not smoking on the front straight, so that usually means it's out of oil. When they once they quit smoking, it's usually not a good thing.
Yeah.
Some people think it's good, but it turns out it's not.
It's not.
It's not really good.
Out of smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, the car's running great. You know when they run great? Right before they blow up.
Car 201 back in the paddock. American Express, one of our D-class competitors here this weekend. Let's take a look at the running order as things
489's dragging exhaust.
Okay.
It's the who is that? That's Ergo Lab. I knew I recognized that number.
Oh, I can't believe he wouldn't have chained up his exhaust.
I know.
Guess he hasn't been listening to our broadcast.
Running in 10th place.
So Ludicrous Speed leads overall with Crank Yankers in second, JSK in third. Then it's Cone Crushers, Premium Dudes, Bavarian Mustache Works in seventh, Third Gear Pulls, then Stinky Rat Trap Racing, Crash Management, and ErgoLab.com. Now looking at who's reportedly in the pits right now, looking at the running order by class, looking at Class A, sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com, It is Third Gear Pulls, TCB Motorsports, and Dire Straits Racing. Down to B class, it's Ergolab.com, Wasted Wages, and Tuith Autosport. Into B class, or excuse me, C class, it is Ludicrous Speed, Crank Yankers Racing, and JSK in third. And down to D class, Dirty Guys, Motor Crap, Dead Pedal Racing. And then for EC, it's Gorilla Sticker, Purple Haze, and Clueless Racing. And of course, since they have at least 5 EC cars here this weekend, there will be a trophy awarded for first place. And Ludicrous Speed still not completely at full song, as they've been having some problems with that gearbox. So I'm expecting Crank Yankers. Wow, they're chasing them down. I don't know if they've got enough time though, Doc. Being 2 laps down.
Yeah, they're 2 laps down.
They're going to need. Ludicrous is going to have to brake for them to overtake the lead.
Ludicrous still has to stop though.
And they still have to stop, yeah.
So the stops have been eating up high 7-minute marks.
Yeah, that would do it. That would put
Ludicrous just came down pit lane.
So Ludicrous stops.
Here we go.
With an hour and a half remaining, a little over an hour and a half.
That's going to give Crank Yankers a good chance to vault into 1.
He's coming up.
He should be able to, yeah. 'Cause most pit stops have been averaging in the high 7-minute mark, you know, depending on where you are.
Kills it trying to get away
lap
from
in, lap out, that sort of thing.
Pit in. Gets it restarted. Getting that speed controlled so he doesn't get a violation. But pitting from the lead. And for the first time today, we can expect Crank Yankers to take the lead of this race.
That'll make Tyler pretty easy to get along with next weekend.
Yeah.
Not that he's ever hard to get along with. He's a very agreeable sort of guy. Always got a big smile on his face.
Out here at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, for the Frozen Rotors Winter Classic for the Champ Car Endurance Series, presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. It is Champ Car Live, made for racers by racers. Paul Veltum, Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and Tiffany Alexander with you, calling the race all weekend long. It's a double 8 this weekend. 8 hours of racing on Saturday, 8 hours of racing today. Nearly 80 teams arrived here this weekend at Road America. Highs in the upper 40s. About a 10% chance of rain today. Doesn't look like that's going to come to be because it's just been a beautiful day. Number 95, Dodge Neon, we've heard many times today. In the pits, driver out, hood up. So looks like they're looking at that car. Ergolab still in the pits along with Ludicrous Speed, pitting from the lead. Crank Yankers turned a 2:57 on that last lap. JSK back about 20 seconds from Crank Yankers. Wondering if they're going to spoil Crank Yankers' party with this Nissan Maxima and take the win again. They are in the hunt. And can they get it done in an hour and a half? 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Very possibly. They turned a 2:53 that last lap. That's a 5-second swing in JSK's favor.
They are definitely going to help keep it interesting. 16 seconds.
Yep, they are chopping into that lead. Now, Crank Yankers has turned a 2:53.5 with that car. That was their very best lap time. And then you've got JSK, their best lap time, a 2:48. Very difficult to fend off a car like that.
Yeah, that Maxima's fast.
And it's safe to say both cars have made their final pit stops.
missed my time window.
Ludicrous still in the pits, huh?
Yep, still in the pits. We're going to pause for station identification. Be back here in just a second. Stay with us. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors, it's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance. Welcome back to Road America. 119 laps completed here in this 8-hour race. Just under 1.5 hours remain till its completion. Ludicrous Speed shown in the lead right now with Crank Yankers in second, JSK in third, Cone Crushers in fourth, Premium Dudes in fifth, Bavarian Mustache Works in sixth, Third Gear Pull, Stinky Rat Trap, Wasted Wages, and Crash Management round out the top 10. Now, the teams that we're watching most carefully right now is Crank Yankers, JSK, Ludicrous, Premium Dudes up to fourth now. They've surpassed Cone Crushers, who just turned in a 2:59. The team that was leading the race earlier was Doc's pick, that guy that started working with us today, or was it yesterday? Yeah, I guess it was yesterday.
It only seems like a couple of years.
Yeah, it's tumbling now through the standings apparently with some kind of a mechanical issue. We had Bill telling us they had smoke coming from the back of that car. So looks like they've run into some kind of a problem with that machine. The Porsche 944 falling off pace. But that puts Premium Dudes up into fourth spot now. JSK going across the start-finish line, just turned in a 2:54, gaining another couple of seconds on Crank Yankers Racing, who's up in second spot now, just a 14-second gap between second and third. And then there's Ludicrous Speed in the pits waiting to come back out, suspecting that Crank Yankers is about to overtake them for the lead. That'll be the first time today that Crank Yankers has led the race.
Wow.
What's that crackly sound? Yeah. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of shuffling around in the lead. Ludicrous back out on track.
Now, let's see, did he hold his lead?
Yeah.
I believe he might have, but we won't know until timing and scoring updates.
Right.
We think he shouldn't have. Or if he did, it's going to be extremely close.
Right.
Right. Looks like they pitted after the pit loop, so it's a little difficult to know where they're at in the running here just yet. Once both competitors come across the start-finish line, we should know. So we're watching Race Hero to get our information. That's racehero.io on the web, or you can pick up their app in the App Store or Google Play Store. If you're an Android user, just look for Race Hero. And then once you've activated the app, which is free, by the way, you can just look for the Champ Car Endurance Series event, the Frozen Rotors Grand Prix. Select that, and you'll be able to see all of the teams there and where they are unofficially in timing and scoring. Ludicrous Speed comes across the start-finish line in the lead. They've cleared the pit loop. They've cleared the timing and scoring loop. And somehow shown still up a lap on Crank Yankers until they come across. We'll see what the real gap is. New driver installed. We'll see how this new driver handles the gearbox in the MR2. Decides to leave it in gears. He heads down through 2. That's
52 seconds.
52-second gap. All right. Did not overtake the lead as I suspected they would, but they did not. Still maintain about a minute lead. Not a rev match, just releasing the clutch. Heading down into turn 5. Braking at the Corvette Bridge, turning in.
He doesn't look like he's having any problem shifting.
Yeah, I notice he's not doing a lot of shifting either. He's just kind of leaving it. He's doing a lot of riding around in third and fourth.
Maybe they've got gearbox problems and they're just trying to nurse it to the end.
That is one of the weaknesses of the MR2 is those gearboxes.
And the hubs.
Well, I think that's just Bill. Bill had trouble with those. So that's what we're seeing right now. Crank Anchors turns another 2:55 that last lap through. JSK now 10 seconds behind Crank Anchors with that stout 2:51 last time through. That's going to be difficult to defend right there. Back on board with American Express in their Pontiac Grand Prix. American Express down in last place in D class. They may have just come out of the pits. Looks like last time through they're not shown turning any laps. So if this is the right car, I don't know. This might be a different car. I thought what Bill told me was this was the AMX car. So.
Oh, this is American Express. You can tell because the dashboard is 1.6 acres.
I was like, it looks nice and roomy in there.
Looney Tunes still shown in the pits. Tough day for those guys. Tough weekend for those guys, really. More reports of the 917 Cone Crusher smoking. Car 444 back into the pits. That's the Purple Haze team with their neon.
I'm going to take a real quick break and go get a candy bar.
Sounds good.
I need a sugar fix.
So Ludicrous Speed turning in a 257 on their first hot lap. Crank Anchors just turns a 259. Slowing down. .53-second gap from first to second. JSK has closed the gap between themselves and Crank Anchors to about 3 seconds. You can see just up ahead as we head up from turn 5. The Mustang is not a pass for position, but the Crank Anchors machine is just up ahead. JSK, of course, the team that won the race here yesterday in their Nissan Maxima. Down the inside of the Mustang Mach 1, round turn 8. A little wave, thank you for letting me through. Now it's under the Speedville Bridge and into the carousel. The Nissan Maxima chasing down the BMW E30. Into Kettle Bottoms. Heading down towards Canada Corner. Off the gas, making a downshift. Can hear the tires protesting underneath. Through Canada Corner. Now climbing the hill up to turn 13. Using all the racetrack on the curbs on both sides down to turn 14. We'll set up JSK for the front straightaway.
He's got his eyes on him too. He wants it.
Absolutely. The knife is between his teeth like a pirate.
Yes.
And he's about to take over second spot. Pulls a little bit of a draft. Nicely presents himself. A clean pass on the front straightaway. JSK now sets their sights on ludicrous speed.
I mean, they just have that straightaway speed. Not, nobody has anything for.
Yep. About a 55-second gap now separates the leader from JSK. Oh, the new guy's cracking me up.
What?
You some kind of rattling of paper or something.
That's the Hershey bar I'm breaking into.
I hear frequently, and then blowing into the microphone.
I hate this this microphone. I gotta chew on it.
I know it. I kid because I care. Just like you always tell me. Waving off behind Tiffany. What's that all about? The waving off. Did you see that?
He waved the. Not. I mean, the opposite of waving "thank you" would be "I'm not going to take it right here" to let the other car know.
It could be.
Continue on.
I was thinking maybe it was the first thing came to my mind. There was a yellow in that corner, and he was trying to let the other driver behind him know not to pass me.
Right. I mean,
I'm not going to
take it. Don't take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. I just didn't.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to pass.
Gotcha.
Like in a DE kind of event, you would, like, if somebody pointed you by, you would wave it off and say you're not going to take the pass.
Or you're waving to the driver behind you not to pass you.
Yes. Kind of thing. Which is nice and polite to try to not get that other guy get a penalty, right?
Yeah. Well, it's that, and you just don't want anybody, getting into an accident or anything.
Right.
Making the situation worse. Car 233. Damage on the front of that car. He's in the grass. Car 142 pulled off. Lots of cars off track right now. 233 and 786 have continued, but with some big damage on those cars.
786, that's wasted wages. They're our 10th place car.
Is that what it sounds like, having a Hershey bar in your mouth?
Yeah.
Black Pearl Racing. You crack me up, man.
What can I say?
It's just funny. You don't have to say anything. Everything's fine.
I'm going to mute my mic.
Now, Doc, don't get mad.
Oh, I'm not mad. I want to eat my Hershey bar in peace.
Okay. I don't know. Did you bring any for the rest of the class?
I know, right? I'm getting
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
So that's where things are right now with JSK. They have their sights set on Ludicrous. Just turned in a 302. Cone Crushers that we were watching earlier have slipped to P5. Premium Dudes overtook them. Now Cone Crushers picking the pace back up a little bit. A 256 that last lap through. Ludicrous speed. We suspect maybe an issue with the gearbox and just soft pedaling it around a little bit, leaving it in fourth gear. Keep an eye on him. New driver in the car. Hey, Vern, how you doing, buddy? Vern watching us over on our Facebook feed. One of the drivers for the R-Bank racing team. He's going to be driving for Doc coming up here soon.
Oh, cool.
Doc would say hi, but he's eating a candy bar, Vern.
And it's delicious.
He muted himself because we were making fun of him. And he just wasn't going to have anything to do with us, so.
Nor share.
I'd never be on the broadcast then.
And Polly, another thing about what you're saying about the hand signals, I mean, you have to think about drivers are trying to communicate with each other. And anytime that both drivers can be on the same page, you have less likely of an incident, right? I mean, everything's safer when they're communicating, and they do that in nonverbals, right? Because you don't have ability to talk to the other drivers on the course.
Right.
So
Got
I know
a message,
where you're going, and it just works out better.
Right. Pontiac, heavy damage to the front end of that car. They're looking at it. You can see the hood's actually breached.
Aww.
Thinking about taking it behind the wall. So the American Express Pontiac Grand Prix. They're assessing the damage on that car, trying to decide if they want to send it back out for the next hour and 10 minutes or if they're going to take it behind the wall. Looks like they're going to take it back and get a closer look at it. Good to see it came in under its own power. So behind the wall they go with that machine. Bill says the nose is crushed on it.
Oops. It's got a lot of nose, though, so...
Yep.
Probably
the
get away with it a little bit.
We have a video of that.
So he says that's the Firebird, but that's the Grand Prix, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and they just... Look, their pits are just right inside the wall.
It's a Firebird.
Oh, okay. Well, that's strange.
Huh?
Was that the American Express car you put the camera in, Bill?
No.
Supposed to be a different car.
Limpy Screwdriver.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we're on board with the... Well, maybe that's not the... Maybe that's not the Pontiac Grand Prix?
Right. I think that's what he's saying. It wasn't a Grand Prix. It was a Firebird. So it's probably Limpy Screwdriver. 223. Yep. That's the car that's in the notes.
Yeah.
So the 223, it was the car. And they ran into the 786 car, which was a neon. Wasted wages. So that explains why they're going down the running order too. Stinky Rat Trap finished second, now in the pits. JSK narrowed their gap to the lead. Now it's 49.6 seconds. Alan Scott signing on to watch here on our Facebook feed. Alan, another one of the Crank Yankers regular drivers. How's it going, Alan? Crank Yankers in third spot now, recently overtaken by JSK. I'm going to meet you. Somebody's making a bunch of racket.
Sorry, that was me.
Okay. Cone Crusher's up in P5 right now. Just turned a 257.
Just dropped everything.
Yep, Crank Yankers really having a good day today. It's been pretty solid. Looks like their pit stops were on sequence with what they wanted to do. Weather's good. I'm sure Tyler wishes they had just a little bit more pace, but all in all, having a pretty good day in a really tough field of cars out here this weekend. Started with about almost 80 cars. Over 60 cars started today's race. There's a car off on driver's right down the back stretch. Brakes a little bit late to pick up that T5. A nice clean pass down the inside.
Only 48 seconds separate first and second. So I guess they're desperately trying to hold on to this.
Yeah, 253, 252, JSK trying to chase him down. Not much made up on that last lap. So there's a look at Race Hero. But JSK not giving up, trying to put in a solid effort here to chase them down. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is call up some video, which is really easy to do, by the way.
Don't crash us.
No promises. Somewhere around here is the crash sequence that we were talking about earlier.
And Tooth Autosports has worked their way up to 10th place. I haven't really talked about them a whole lot today.
Yeah, Tooth Autosport, that team out of Canada. And it seems like they're always out here with us.
They go everywhere, seems like. They get, I mean... I wondered if they were dentists. Like tooth. I don't know, though.
This might be pretty close to the instance. We're watching a replay here, by the way, folks, of the accident that took place with the Pontiac of Limpy Screwdriver and the Dodge Neon. While at the same time, we're just keeping an eye on things here with Ludacris and JSK. The gap now down to 45 seconds. Crank Yankers Racing back about 9 seconds from JSK. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the car was basically parked on the racetrack, and he came up over there. Mashed it up pretty good.
Golly.
I mean, that looks like a classic case of not keeping your eyes up enough.
All the way through the turn. But also, if you're limping a car back to the paddock, if you're stopped on the course, you want to get offline if you can too, as much as possible.
Yeah.
He's going to fill that tomorrow.
Another example of why you want to keep all your gear on when your car is disabled.
Exactly.
Got a yellow being waved in turn 3. Shouldn't say waved. There is a yellow reported in turn 3. There's some speculation. Bill might think that 917 might be down a cylinder. Just turned to 315. They're really slow down the front straightaway.
Oh, that's disappointing for those guys.
Yeah, they had a pretty good hold on it there. It was going to be tough, but they were looking really good up there.
Had a pretty good race today. Awesome.
Yeah, they did. You know, they were Doc's pick for the win, and you know, they were actually looking like a viable favorite after yesterday with all that rain that we had and being able to start further up the field. But it just didn't work out for them. Third gear pulls in the pits now.
Just trying to keep the FNG guy down.
You're still eating that candy bar?
Yeah.
Must be a king size.
It was. And it was frozen.
Oh, God.
Man, I'd have that down in like 30 seconds. You're still eating that thing.
This thing's hard as a rock.
Somebody froze it.
That'd be me.
So Ludicrous Speed turning a faster lap time by 4 seconds than JSK. They cranked out a 2:54, so may have gotten the call from the comms. Let's go ahead and lean into it, see what we can get.
Do not let him catch you. Roger that.
Yep, still not really rev matching those downshifts, but doesn't seem to be having as much difficulty getting from third into fourth. Up the hill we go to turn 14, the last turn before they head up the hill. All right, we've reached the bottom of the hour. We'll step away for our break, and we'll be right back after this with a lot more racing action. You are watching Champ Car Live. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors, it's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Our market-leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
You know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, we're off to Atlanta Motorsports Park next weekend for an 8 and a 7. And then it's off to Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the Willwood Grand Prix, November 17th and 18th. That'll be on the Sports Car Roval. To find out more information and get signed up, go to www.ChampCar.org. So taking a look at the running order here, as you can see, Ludicrous Speed, JSK Racing, Crank Yankers, Premium Dudes shown in the pits. A little surprised to see that. Cone Crushers in the pits. We knew they were having some mechanical issues. So let's see, what else other news do we have here. Car 700 in the pit as well as 414. So that's an update on where things stand right now. Crank Yankers going across the start-finish line with the Bavarian back in 5th, still on track. 917 being reported. Their race is done.
Oh.
And we knew they were having some trouble with that car.
It was going all great, and then it went all not. Disappointing.
Well, when the car's hurt really badly, you're down on power, you're not going to win the race, and that's really what you came there to do.
Right.
You know, it's like, well,
there's nothing else to do with it. Yeah.
What you know, what do we have to gain by going back out, really?
No. And drive around and end up blowing up the motor or something. No.
Yeah, Premium Dudes made a quick stop. Not sure what the story is there, but looks like they're looking at the timer, so that must have been a scheduled stop for them. They must have taken fuel.
Interesting. They're sitting in 5th.
Waiting to go back out. The 5th place team getting a countdown and being released.
What was he in for?
Apparently a fuel stop. They gave him a countdown from the clock, so
yeah,
he must have taken fuel, Doc.
When was the last time I had him in?
I would guess about an hour and a half ago.
About 96.
JSK on the hunt and Ludicrous Speed. Both teams turned a 2:53 that last lap. Nothing to be gained there on that lap from JSK.
So yeah, 32 was in about an hour and 40 minutes ago.
So that's about right. So it looks like after the race, Bill is going to do his traditional pit lane interviews.
Oh, well, that's dang decent of him.
And then we're gonna have trophies will be photographed and uploaded to our Facebook page later. So
you're gonna finally get him out of race control, out into the cold.
I think so. Maybe.
Evidently.
Maybe.
I heard that.
She said it. She said it.
I was just checking to make sure you were listening still.
I like how the new guy just throws her under the bus.
Yeah, Bill's been enjoying the nice, comfortable tower up there, having food brought to him, grapes.
He's been powwowing up there with Mike Chiswick. Lord only knows what they've planned for us to do.
Heading down into turn 5 with the Nissan Maxima that won the race here yesterday. A 48.9 second gap that last time through to P1. Only a second gained on that last lap. It's not looking like he's got enough time to make the catch and pass Ludicrous. Unless, of course, they have some other problem with that car. Or they have to stop again. That would hurt them. That would make the difference right there. Crank Yankers in 3rd spot, 19 seconds back from JSK. Just doesn't look like Crank Yankers has the pace to keep up or overtake JSK at this point. Bavarian Mustache Works passes Premium Dudes. We'll see how things shake out as they come back around. They just left the pits, did Premium Dudes. Cone Crushers has retired that Porsche. That's the second late race retirement of a Porsche 944 in the last 2 races. We had Visceral Racing Group at pit, and today it's Cone Crushers on day 2 as well, retiring in the closing hour of the race with mechanical issues again. Third Gear Pulls in 7th, Stinky Rat Trap in 8th, Crash Management in 9th, Tuath Autosport in 10th, with Javolis Racing just turning their fastest lap time of their day, a 2:56, but right now it is Ludicrous Speed with the fastest lap time of the day at 2:45, and they seem to be able to keep that Toyota out there.
It's ludicrously fast, for sure.
You're doing it again, Doc.
Sorry. That's a much faster time of the fastest lap of the day from yesterday.
Yeah, there's a look at the gaps there. You can see just off to the right. According to racehero.io, which you can find on the web, you can also pick up the app in the App Store or the Google Play Store if you're an Android user, and follow along with the Frozen Rotors Winter Classic, the Champ Car Endurance Series race. Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. And as a reminder, we have a series of videos that we produced with Drew Nab called Race Tech with Drew Nab. Those videos, all 6 of them are available on our YouTube channel, ChampCar.live. And they're teaching videos, teach you about the ins and outs of all the technical stuff underneath the car, like shocks, struts, suspension geometry, wheels and tires, hubs, bearings, bushings, suspension bars and springs, steering and alignment. And Drew does a great job of, he does a great job of breaking all that down into normal humanoid terms that we can understand and apply it to our race cars. So that's 6 videos there. We're going to be doing some more. Bill's going to go out and get shoot some more footage with Drew, and we'll get that. I'll get that produced and get that posted when it's available. We'll let you know.
Awesome.
So our leader having a little trouble with that right side gloves. Looks like he's had to remove it. Oh, he's trying to get it like an energy bar or something going on, like a gel. Had to tear it open. You got some long straightaways out here at Road America.
I guess.
You got enough time. You cook up some lunch here.
Status.
Got a lot of time out here. So much you could do.
Where's his other glove?
I thought it was in his other hands. It's he's got it down there.
He took it off to open whatever that was, I guess.
I tell you, he got that on there a lot easier than I would be able to. My gloves stick like glue.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome, though. Pick those up from discoveryparts.com. Talk to Rob.
Ron?
Is it Rob or Ron?
Ron.
It's Ron,
Ron,
yes. Yeah, I went to him. I said, I don't care about how much they cost. I just want the best pair of gloves. And he said, I got exactly what you want. He said, these as soon as you begin to perspire, they kind of stick, so you don't get blisters. They don't move.
Yeah.
Hook me up.
What kind of gloves did you get?
They're an Alpine. It's one of the Alpine brands.
Alpine Stars?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Pauly, money's no object, huh? How the other half lives, Tiffany.
No.
These big, highly paid producers, you know.
Oh, would you stop? Oh, no, I'll just sit back. Go ahead. Let me know when you're done. I'll come back.
Alpine Star, because it's fantastic stuff.
Yeah, that's the company that I think their logo is a $, isn't it?
It's a little star, Doc. Jeez. I told him what my budget was, but, you know, I may have exaggerated a little. I don't care how much it cost. Of course I care. There's a point where I can't justify it, but...
But you weren't going in there going, what's the cheapest glove you have? Yeah.
No, I run into it. The problem I have is my hands are unusually big, and most gloves... most of these companies, they just make a XXX, and that's still a little small for me. So I have a little trouble getting the right sizing too.
Well, if you weren't 6'7".
I know, like behemoth gloves. I wear like a medium.
And the thing about wearing a gloves that are a little too small is you don't really notice it in the beginning, but after you've been in there for an hour or so, they're always squeezing your hands, and they do make your hands a little tired. It's like, I just find maybe I should get the right size.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to an expert. So I talked to an expert about it, and he said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, Ron's a great guy.
Well, here's what he did too. He said, "I'll tell you what. I'm going to send these to you, and if they're wrong, when we get to wherever it was we were going, Daytona or wherever, I'll be there and I'll take them back and swap them out for you, or I'll get you your money back."
Awesome.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, you can ask for better customer support than that.
Yeah. He was offering, to have the gloves ready for me when I got there, or whatever I needed. I can't remember what all we ended up doing, whether I picked them up when I got there, or if he sent them to me. But yeah, took real good care of me. He's a great guy to work with. DiscoveryParts.com.
That I need to get new gloves.
I know the perfect guy to talk to.
I know, right? Unfortunately, our puppy ate the other set I had.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I got my track bag out and dug out all the important, expensive stuff and ate it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost one at NCM
I'd be thinking
last year or
fricassee.
so.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah. Funny thing, you can't buy one glove. You have to buy a pair.
Yeah, they pretty much come in pairs.
Yeah.
"52 seconds now, the distance between JSK and Ludacris. Ludacris stretching out that lead of 252 over 255 that last time out. Premium Dudes in P5, Cranky Anchors in third. Not really a threat from behind is Cranky Anchors. And the pace isn't really strong enough to overtake JSK. So at this point, they just need to hold the course.
Jeopardy, Third Gear Pulls is leading Stinky Rat Trap by about 2 minutes. They're on the same lap. Crash Management's on that same lap. They're about 40 seconds back. The Gavoli's racing team versus Tooth Autosport. That gap's only 1.6 seconds. That's for 10th place.
So with the last set of drivers, Premium Dudes passes Ludicrous Speed. And now with the new driver change and fuel, Ludicrous passes Premium Dudes on the straight.
Wow.
Just shows to go, yeah. Things can change quickly. So we had a really exciting finish to pit race on day 2 just a couple of weeks ago. If you didn't catch that, be sure you check out our ChampCar.live YouTube page and watch that race. It was a pretty exciting finish.
Yeah, everybody was asking me if that's the closest finish. I don't really keep records like that.
No, according to Mike, it's like the third. It's at least the third closest.
Right.
We had one that was closer.
Is Mike really the official on that? I mean.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, he's the boss.
He signs your check, doesn't he?
He signs the check,
yeah.
so.
So yeah, he's the official.
He's the boss of me.
Yes, he's slapped me upside the head with a book. So yes. How are my sound levels?
Good.
We didn't hear the book slap, if that's what you mean.
No, it's on automatic overmute.
He doesn't look happy.
Wait, there's a silencer on the book?
Paulie made me put it on there.
So, Cone Crushers has retired their Porsche 944 with a mechanical failure. So, Doc, it doesn't look like your prediction's going to come true, man.
They loaded it in their trailer and
just keeping the new guy down.
Loading everything up now.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. They had a good run.
Such is racing, though.
It would have been better to see a good fight at the front. You know, it's always disappointing when they break like that.
Nothing like racing to teach you about disappointment.
Race, repair, repeat. Race, repair, repeat.
So your top 10 as it stands right now, as we're getting close to the top of the hour. Man, these lips. So it's Ludicrous Speed, JSK Racing, Crank Yankers Racing in third, Bavarian Mustache Works, Premium Dudes, Third Gear Pulls in sixth, Stinky Rat Trap, Crash Management, Javulis Racing Team, and Tuith Autosport round out the top 10. Looking at by class, Class A sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. Your top 3, Third Gear Pulls, TCB Motorsports, and Dire Straits Racing. The B class, Tuith Autosport, Two Brothers Racing, and Asteria Motorsports. To C class, Ludicrous Speed, JSK Racing, and Crank Yankers Racing are your top 3. Down to D class, Dirt Guys, Motocrap, and Dead Pedal Racing. To EC, it's Gorilla Sticker, Clueless Racing, and Flying Thundercocks. It looks like because we have at least 5 cars in EC, there will be a trophy awarded for the winner of that class. And that is where things stand right now. As we look out over the front straightaway here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. It is the Frozen Rotors Grand Prix. The Frozen Rotors Winter Classic. You can see the sun beginning to look a bit low in the sky as 4 o'clock is upon Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
There are only about 30 minutes left in this race.
And it's nap time.
No. Formula One time and dinner time. Or you're gonna take a nap, Doc?
No,
okay.
Not since you reminded me Formula One's on.
Yeah, we got to get that.
Especially since they're in Texas this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, COTA is this weekend?
Yeah.
What channel is it on?
CBS.
All right.
I'll have to take my wife out, though.
I think it's CBS.
Yeah, or sports.
No, it's
the CBS Sports.
No, I think it's ABC.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's owned by, they own ESPN.
I wonder if I missed it on my DVR then.
Uh-oh.
I caught the qualifying. Saw that last night.
You're going to have to check then.
Yeah, it's a little late now. I'm kind of busy anyway.
Right.
It's not necessarily too late. I think the race came on at 2. It's 3:55 our time, Paulie.
Not my time. It's almost 5 my time.
I mean, yeah.
3:55 my time.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got a clock set for my race notes, and I got other computers. I got clocks everywhere. Still trying to get Bill clocked, but that's an entirely different thing.
Everybody needs goals.
Yep. At least I got Mike to hit him with a book, right? That's a start.
That is a start. I wish we had video evidence. Kind of like that one where we had him in the chair trying to get out. So we could awesome. That was
funny.
Hilarious.
That was in Troy's trailer.
Yeah.
And AMP, I believe.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah.
Now I'm seeing Cone Crushers come into the pits. That's strange.
Huh?
I'm seeing this on one of the other feeds that we have, but oh, it's an old feed, yeah. So that's disregard. That's just an old video from when they came into the pits earlier.
Bill's trying to keep us on our toes.
That's fine. 52 seconds now, the gap from JSK to Ludacris. A 253 to a 256 for Ludacris. JSK still on the hunt. Cranky Anchors maintaining well. Consistent lap times at 255 again that time through for the E30. Bavarian Mustache Works in 4th. Premium Dudes in 5th. Electric Mayhem and Clueless Racing shown in the pits. Face Down Racing also shown not turning laps. Wasted Wages, we know they were in the they were a part of the accident between the collision between the Pontiac and their car. A little bit
I'm sure that will be analyzed to death on the forum.
Ergo Lab and Purple Haze also shown in the pits. Ergo Lab's tumbled to 32nd. Man, they were looking so good earlier on today, too.
A lot of teams were looking good earlier on. Ergo Lab, Jerry's car. I'm not sure where they're running now.
I just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they're down in the 30s.
Okay.
They're not
totally spaced
they're in the
out.
pits. No, you're good. They're 32nd.
Ouch.
So obviously some kind of an issue cropped up on the Miata. That is an engine swap too, so. And then there's JSK, the team that won the race yesterday, giving it their best effort here. I just don't know, Tiffany. I just don't know if they're going to have what it takes to catch up with Ludacris and make the pass. You know, earlier I would have said they looked unstoppable, but it looks like they just don't quite have the pace to reel in Ludacris.
I think they're going to run out of time.
Right.
When the JSK crosses over, we can see what the split is. But
yep, 49 seconds, huh? JSK a 253 to Ludacris's 256. They've backed down that MR2 just a little bit. We'll go on board with them and see what the changes are, the way the driver's handling the car, but they're down about 3 or 4 seconds from what they were doing earlier in the afternoon.
yeah, with those times, it'd be very hard for them to catch. Next to impossible for them to catch them. Maybe with 30 more minutes, maybe. But
I think he's kind of doing the same thing he was doing before, just not really shifting. He's just trying to roll around. That's looks like he's just trying to go through everything here in 3rd gear.
Is out
or
there
4th
loafing.
gear. Yeah, as low as those revs are, it might be 4th gear. He's just, loafing around in 4th. Oh, Doc. Love you, brother. You're the best, man.
love all the bread jokes.
That would explain the difference in lap time. They're having some issues with that transmission. Just motor around there in 4th gear. Hopefully you can get it home for the next 30 minutes. Pretty substantial gap there. You may not have a problem with that.
No, it looks like everybody's kind of maintaining their gas. Cranky Anchors is slowly falling back. Now they're in arrears 24 seconds, whereas they had it at 19.
So I can get back in.
But they are on pace with the leader.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just under half an hour now remain in the race. Ludicrous speed catching up with Premium Dudes. Premium Dudes turning really the same lap time that last time through.
And Bill is fine.
What, Bill?
What's that, Bill?
I said Bill is finally going to work.
Oh, okay. He decided to leave the comfortable conditions of the tower.
Yeah, it's really cold outside.
I think Mike threw him out.
Maybe you should go back in.
No, don't tell him that. He will. Did you soak your socks in kerosene, Bill?
Wait, Paulie is the boss of the show, right? He just told me to go back in the warmth of the building.
Any angle he can work, he's going to work. Yeah, Mike kind of trumps all that.
Mike's not listening right now, so I can say all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Well, we got a message here that you sent us about.
With 27 minutes to go. We'll send that to Human Resources.
Crewmaster dumping fuel again with a few laps to go. They're going to get the meatball.
Yeah, they actually came in as I was coming out to the car. The 200, the Mustang Mach 1, it was right in front of them. They were both making really scary noises. And Mike Morrison and I almost hit head-on going down there.
Almost had a collision between Bill and the race director.
God, I wish I... God damn it, Mike.
If you can hear us, Mike, mess with him.
No, that was Mike Morrison in the... In his rental car. We're trying to go under the track at the same time through the tunnel. He's very pushy.
That's going to be hard to explain on your expense report, right?
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily narrow under that tunnel. It's like more like for golf carts.
Right.
But you can drive under there. You wouldn't want to pass another car under there.
Well, you could. They're just,
it's close.
Like it looked like that Camaro.
You'd be peeling the doors off. Yeah.
Wow, the paddock is a lot emptier than it was 2 hours ago.
Okay, so 38 seconds is the gap now between JSK and Ludacris. Ludacris turned in a 3:04 that time. Frank Yankers 26 seconds back. They're gaining on the leader as well.
162. He came in at 3 o'clock, so it's going to have to do an hour and 30, which he's been doing. But you never know.
Yeah, it's never over until it's over. We've seen so many things happen in the last half hour of a race. There's your current standings at this time. Ludacris speed up front. About 30 seconds ahead of JSK. Then it's Crank Yankers Racing, Bavarian Mustache Works, Premium Dudes, Third Gear Pulls, Stinky Rat Trap, Crash Management, Javulis Racing now up to 10th. And Tuath Autosport is in 10th. And there's a look at that track map. A little over 4 miles in length. 14 turns out here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Beautiful racetrack. Beautiful area of the country. The home to David Hobbs is, in fact. Mr. Hobbs lives out in this area.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Huh. How about that?
You can see the weather, the sky's continuing to clear up a bit. Crank Yankers out there turning laps. Just again, as we said earlier, just a good day for racing for Crank Yankers. They could use a break from the turmoil they faced this year. Had a great time sitting down talking to Tyler and gleaning from his wisdom as an experienced racer. You can check out that interview over on our YouTube channel, ChampCar.live. Hope you will. We'll be doing a lot more interviews like that, and Doc and I will continue to do some live interviews, checking in and learning more about you folks, the drivers, the team owners. So be ready for that. Kind of a thank you wave there from the JSK team. 34 seconds the gap that time through.
They seem like such a polite team.
It's easy to be polite when you're up near the front.
You're fast.
And you're fast, yeah.
Bill waves at me when I'm racing on track with him, but it's not the same at all.
A little different?
It's a very different kind of wave.
Oh.
There's actually a set of lights. I'll send a picture of it one of these days. But that you can mount in your rear window, and one's a smiley face, one's a frowny face. The other one, I think it's laughing, and the third one is the bird. And you can. There's a remote control that you can mount up on your dash and change the signal that you sent to your fellow drivers.
I need one of those in my morning commute.
Yeah.
So we'll look at the time difference this time through. Crank Yankers really hitting their marks. I wonder if Tyler's in the car. He's just so good at hitting those marks and laying down consistent lap times. And as we talked a little bit earlier about that, Tiffany, that's something that will always serve you well.
Yes, definitely. You can be consistent, you can be fast, and you can keep a pace.
JSK's got it down to 27.6 seconds now.
They're closing that gap. It's going to be interesting to see. We don't have a whole lot of time left.
Back on board with ludicrous speed in their Toyota MR2. Ludicrous finished 5th overall yesterday. And during the interview, Bill asked the driver, the team owner, what are you going to do differently to get that car up front? And his answer was tires and driver lineup. So they had a plan to put this car up at the front today. Had a pretty good idea. They were pretty confident of what they needed to do to get this car up front. And they really haven't put a foot wrong, guys. I mean, you haven't heard about them being called into the pits for passing under yellow. They've been very attentive to that. You know, they're obviously the car is a little bit wounded. They're not making the downshifts. They're just motoring along in what looks like 4th gear.
But they're still keeping really good pace for, maintaining 4th gear most of the time.
That's because you get out there and scare yourself to death.
Well, we hear that often, that, you can motor a car around in 4th gear. That's how Bill won his race out at NCM. And that's how we, with Premium Dudes, finished 2nd at BIR. You can do pretty well in 4th gear.
We didn't come close to winning, but I couldn't shift Rob's car down into 3rd gear. So I did Daytona in 4th gear and scared the hell out of myself.
Now, that would be a different story, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be scary. But on the not on the Donnybrook, but on the comp course at Brainerd, the smaller racetracks like that, it's not so bad. Now here it might be a bit of a disadvantage because you are more of a disadvantage because you really do need that higher gear.
Right.
I think he's still shifting. He's just not shifting as much.
3rd gear corners, both horseshoes. You don't scare yourself in the bus stop too much. It can be done in 4th. I don't recommend it. But both horseshoes, you just got to keep it pegged and put the widest arc you can on the turn, which is not conducive to the fastest lap, but you got to keep your speed up to even get close to keeping it in the power band. And at Daytona, on that last turn out of the infield, there's a tire wall that comes out quite a ways into the turn. So the turn narrows down quite a bit. And I came way too close to that thing several times. And one time I knew I wasn't going to make it, so I just looped the car. I spun it.
Got your attention, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could predict my arc, and I knew I was going to hit the tires. So I just I shoved the brakes and turned the wheel as hard as I could and just spun it.
Save the Kenny. Don't wreck the Kenny.
This was in Rob's car.
This is in Rob's car.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You said it was in Rob's car, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out that the manual clutch stop in the floorboard of the car backed all the way out.
Oh, okay.
so I wasn't getting full throw of the clutch.
Sure.
And I kept on wanting to come in. And, you know, I called on the radio. It's like, Rob, something's wrong with the car. I need to bring it in. No, your lap times look great. And it's like, yeah, I know they look great, but I'm scaring myself to death.
22
like,
seconds.
You know, and wadding your own car up is one thing. Wadding somebody else's car, you know, it's not good.
This is getting close.
Yeah.
JSK is 22 seconds behind Ludacris. We're talking 6-second swing now, almost. Yeah, that's a big difference.
He's got about 17 minutes or so.
They could potentially catch them, especially if Ludacris continues to slow. And I don't know if he's aware of what's happening. If
I'm sure they're
told
talking to him.
You know, it's coming up on 2 hours, so it's really difficult for that MR2 to go that distance. He doesn't have the same amount of fuel that we have.
Well, he came in about an hour and 40 minutes ago. Or, no, I'm sorry, about an hour and 30 minutes ago, Bill.
Yeah, but Chris is driving, and that he uses a lot of fuel going that speed, so he might have to slow down just to make certain that he makes it.
Yeah, 58.
Test. Test. Sorry, I was turning the wrong button. Better? Test. That's where I normally have it. Sorry about that, guys.
Nope,
so that time they turned almost identical times. Ludacris with a 256.6 or 255.6, and JSK with the 255.5.
And the 707 just came down pit lane out of the paddock. They're going to throw some fuel in it, send him back out. Finish this
707?
707.
Huh. I don't even show him as pitted or salmon, not circulating.
He just came out of the paddock.
How bizarre.
Oh, just singing the same thing. I'm like, that's a song.
It makes no sense. That makes no sense at all from what I'm seeing. He's sandwiched on his own lap.
I have a video on him.
Oh, I mean, I believe you.
No, you don't.
No, I just not. I'm calling into question what I'm seeing on Race Hero. There's no way he could have come in, gone to the paddock, and come back out and still maintained his place.
Maybe he didn't come out of the paddock. Maybe I saw it wrong.
Okay.
Less than 15 minutes to go.
Oh yeah, I gotta write down my laps. Gets close to the end, I keep every 15 minutes.
Oh, what? I've been trying to put an emoji in the feed every once in a while so we have the timestamp for you.
I saw that and I wondered what it was.
Just when they went long without a timestamp, I was trying to put something in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was doing that too. I was putting periods.
Well, this timestamp in Slack is going to help a lot.
Yeah, I have a camera in that car. He's going really slow.
213.
I think that's the camera, the VW. I think that's the one that we can never get working.
Well, at least we have a camera in it.
Micro's
I did
workshopping.
my job.
My job's to put them in. Don't give me any sass. My job's to put them in. New guy. The new guy. Still slinging mud.
Absolutely. I haven't read the fine print in my contract, but I'm sure that's in there.
The mudslinging?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure. So you're here to sling mud. I'm here to random jokes. Holly's here to do something important.
I'm just here to look good.
Which we don't know what that is yet. It's yet to be determined. I'm sure there's something I should be doing important. I just can't think of what it is.
Just keep pushing those buttons, Wally.
Right?
That's what got us into trouble the last time.
Well, look at it this way. At least we're in familiar ground.
Yeah. So it's about ready to go down on us, it looks like. So
Yeah, I can see it.
all right. So we're gonna reestablish our feed so we can pick up the finish of the race.